tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello and welcome, AfterBuzz fans. We are here talking about Finding Carter on the AfterBuzz After Show. If you have not already, go to youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Hit subscribe. That way you don't miss a single show we do here. We do a lot of shows. Also, we're on iTunes and SoundCloud. You can subscribe there as well so you don't miss another After Show. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. If you have not already, follow me on Twitter. At Yael Tygiel, that's YAELTYGIEL. You can also tweet at us live during the show using the hashtag ABTVFindingCarter. I am joined by the lovely Hannah Prichard.
Hey, what's up, guys? You all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TheHotShotDude.
Awesome. She's also keeping an eye on the chat roll.
I am.
Kylie, unfortunately, she was so excited to be back, but something came up and she couldn't make it. We have a lot of exciting stuff to talk about, but we're going to start with the stuff that makes us angry.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Let's start with Carter and Jared.
Because everybody knows that's my favorite conversation, is just to hate on Jared. And finally, there's like bigger excuses to be hating on him.
Yeah. Okay, so first off, this barbecue that he pitches to her.
When she's going to close down the bar, like randomly is like, oh, I think we're going to close down the bar tonight so we can throw a barbecue. I'm like, you are the worst business owner in the entire world.
This is why your business is losing money.
Exactly. I'm like, well, this is why you're failing.
But also, he says to her, and I wrote it down, I got so angry. He says to her, like, you're really stressed. You know what you need? Your friends, my friends, some good meat, some booze, blah, blah, blah. She's 17.
Yeah, and does he have friends?
It's, if you notice, it's the employees. It's that other bartender girl.
True statement.
But, like, you can't serve her friends alcohol.
No, I don't understand at all. And even, what's her butt, Elizabeth asked at one point, so when you're meeting up with Ben's 16, can Ben drink?
Yeah.
What are we doing over there? I don't understand. I don't like any of it. I don't like Jared. Jared's on my last nerve. Like, and all the drama that he's starting to create and the issues that he has, I'm like, okay, so his time is expiring then, right? So we're going to get him off the show then, right? But, like, then yet he's here every week. And I'm like, why? Why are you here?
He is getting worse and worse as a person. You know what I mean? Like, he started out as her boss, then her boyfriend, then her boyfriend boss who knows that she's underage, now her married boyfriend boss who knows that she's underage.
And her married boyfriend boss who knows that she's underage.
And is blackmailing her brother.
Yep. And is going to kill somebody, apparently.
Yeah. Ridiculous. We also have Lori come into the bar. And a lot of people tweeted me how angry they were when Lori came into the bar. She ordered a cranberry juice and then left. Didn't pay for it. Didn't drink it.
Oh my God, she didn't pay for it. Or she didn't drink it. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. She came in to let Carter know it's her birthday. It was the most manipulative thing ever. That or the writers on the show don't pay attention. I would like to believe it was manipulation.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
29th all day.
Yeah.
All day. Okay, I have to read what, I don't know how to say your name, DOY said. He made a quote for what Jared would say. My bar has financial troubles, but you're in a bad mood, Queen Carter. I thought that was funny. I just had to share that one.
Carter is king.
Carter is king. But I still loved it.
No, that's great. Yeah. King Carter reigns again. Her reign continues. May she live long. What is this crap? I don't understand. At this point, she isn't even making demands. They just know to give it to her.
Right, dude. And not to mention this episode, like, which we'll obviously get to, but like even at the end when she talks to Elizabeth, she talks down to Elizabeth.
Oh, she always has.
But it's so funny to me because her lines are seriously so B-faced.
Yeah.
But yet she delivers them like she's the sweet, innocent person. I'm like, what?
That's why Kat's an amazing actress.
For real.
Yeah.
It's a true statement.
Props to Kat.
Yeah. That's what makes you King Carter.
Yeah.
It cracks me up.
Now let's talk about Elizabeth, because Elizabeth, Lori, and Carter this whole episode are all together. So Lori comes in, it's her birthday. She gets herself invited to the barbecue. We celebrate her birthday. Effing Lori.
Stupid woman. And Jared likes Lori more because Lori's like, oh, just take care of Carter, all this kind of stuff. And then Elizabeth comes in and is like, I'm going to blow your cover. You know what I mean? So crazy Lori is getting all these stupid points. She drives me bonkers.
I mean, she's getting stupid points from crazy Jared.
I know.
It's crazy. It's crazy town versus, like, realism. It's ridiculous.
Driving me crazy. Everybody's talking about want to B-slap Carter. I'm loving it. Everybody's like, I want to.
Yeah, Carter's ridiculous. So Carter wants to move out, but Elizabeth finds out that Jared's married with a kid, and of course it's that they're separated.
And I loved that, of course, like, he's married with a kid, but he's like,
excuse me.
Cough it out.
Yeah, I'm just angry.
Get it out.
When I get
demons
angry.
are coming out of you. But I love how when he's talking about his marriage or whatever, he's like, we were only married for like 6 months.
Right.
Like all this, like, I don't know. For some reason, I thought that was really stupid. I'm like, at least have him be married for a duration of time, like a decent amount of time, than be like, I was married for like 6 months. Within that time, we popped out a baby. Like,
didn't he married her because she was pregnant?
Because she was pregnant. Yeah. But okay, and I remembered I did see the trailer for next week. And we meet wifey next week.
Ugh, I don't care.
We meet wifey, and she seems just as equally as crazy. So I'm actually really excited for some, like, basic crazy white girl to come all up in with her, like, bleach blonde hair and just toss tables. Like that.
I don't care. I don't care about Jared's life. I don't care about him.
I don't either.
They didn't make us. They didn't get us invested in his character before they turned him into a D-bag.
He was a D-bag from the minute.
Yeah.
The minute he spoke. That like, it just makes me so mad.
Yeah.
And, like, the sad thing is his personality has been... Sorry, I have something in my lip gloss.
Happening?
I have, like, a fuzz in my lip gloss, and it's driving me crazy. I can, like, feel it when I talk. But they, like... He was so likable from the beginning with his personality, but he started to, like... be a little bit more lively with his personality, but now the rest of his life and just his character choices are so stupid that it's... I'm just so mad about it.
I'm really glad. It doesn't seem like anyone in the fandom is, like, pro Carter and Jared staying together. It seems like everyone
Nobody
is like, no, bring back Crash. And I'm gonna be honest, as much as I hate Crash, I prefer Crash to Jared.
Thank you, world. I know what I'm talking about when I ship people, okay? Carter and Crash were the ones to ship.
Especially now that Crash has become mature. Like, I accept it.
Sarah Bishkin wants Jared and Bird to leave.
I'm over Bird leaving, and we'll talk about Bird's story later. Let's talk a little bit about this moving out business with Carter and Elizabeth and Lori. I don't care.
It's just silly stuff. Like, Carter just keeps being silly and selfish and, like, just childish.
The thing is, Elizabeth has given her so much leeway.
For real.
Like, yes, you may drop out of school. Yes, you may work at a bar. Yes, you can date your bar employer boss.
Right?
Like, fine. But all Carter wants is more.
That's what I don't get. I hate that Elizabeth is now being made out to be the crazy one.
Right.
When she's actually letting Carter do so much. Like, so many ridiculous things that, like, a child that age should not be allowed to do.
And Elizabeth points out something really beautiful this episode. She says, it's really hard for me to accept and see you becoming a woman because I didn't see you as a child.
Truth.
What a beautiful sentiment. And Elizabeth makes a lot more sense. And yet,
it's true.
Carter still chooses to go and live with Psycho Lori.
I know. There was a moment, though, when Elizabeth was talking about all that stuff, and she was like... when's the last time that we've had, like, a night in? I miss my daughter, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, you just got her back, actually. Like, it's not like you were spending a lot of time with her in the first place, and you, like, missed these nights in with, like, family game night. Right. I'm like, those never happened, Elizabeth. I don't know what you're talking about.
She wants that. I think
she does.
I think she's feeling that she's also losing Taylor and is projecting that onto Carter because it's easier to blame Carter for Taylor's problem.
I loved Taylor's conversation though with Elizabeth outside the bar and her like talking to her about giving Carter space and everything. Taylor's character has come a long way.
Oh, she has grown immensely in the last 2 seasons.
And I really like it. I liked that whole conversation. And,
excuse me.
And I thought it was sweet when Elizabeth was like, well, clearly I didn't do it too much wrong or whatever.
Yeah. It makes me think that Carter would have been a different, less royal person had she been raised by Elizabeth.
I agree, but I feel like they've done such a good job, which I don't like, of making Carter seem so much like Lori. Mm-hmm. And not even just by being raised by her, but just in general. They're so similar and neurotic
absolutely.
And look-alike. You know what I mean?
Overreact,
Yeah, which bothers the shiznit out of me.
All right, well, let's take a moment to thank our fans, guys. We clearly care about the show, although I say a lot that I don't care. What I mean is I care so much that I can't help it. Thank you all for sticking with us this season. I know it's been real difficult with all of us jumping around, but we really appreciate it. We love being here talking about the show. We love our fans in the chat roll. We love seeing you all and your opinions and everyone who tweets at us. And we ask you to do a very simple thing for us. Go onto iTunes, hit subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Also, leave us a comment, a rating, and a review. If you like our show, which I'm pretty sure you do because you stuck with us this long, that's 5 stars. If you don't like our show, that's 4 stars. The other stars, they do not work.
Nope.
Nice. And if you leave us a comment, we will read it live on the air, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. It looks like we've only had one new one, I believe, since June, from Corey James.
Since June?
Yeah, since June. I think that's correct. Yeah, since June.
We have one recent, yes?
Yes, on November 11th from Corey James 413. You guys do a great job with the after shows. None of my friends watch Finding Carter, so I have no one else to talk about it. Crash and Max, bring your perfect faces to AfterBuzz.
Absolutely. Yeah, guys, thank you so much, Corey. If you leave us a comment, not only does it get read on the air, but it helps the MTV family know that we want guests.
Truth.
That's right. You tell us that you love our show. We go, look, people love our show. Send us King Carter. I know a lot of people have been tweeting at me that they want Kat in here and they want me to crown her. They want me to crown her King Carter.
That would be incredible.
I will say that if we get 3 more reviews, I will... Well, I'm working on making that happen anyway. But let's get 3 more reviews on there, guys. Okay, let's talk about Max and Gabe. Because we had some stuff happening.
Dude, I'm like, okay.
Yes.
I don't know what it is about when any of those boys go down into that basement and Elizabeth comes down there, but it makes me feel like, seriously, I feel like seduction occurs down in that basement. I'm not kidding you. Every single time that she's left down there with one of those young men, I'm like...
Like she's a cougar?
Yeah, like Panther's coming out. Here she comes. Like she'll take one step in and I'm like, make out.
You know what? I disagree this episode. Last episode, I totally felt it. But
you didn't feel it with Gabe?
No.
I thought it was going to happen with Gabe this time.
No, I didn't feel it. But I really like, first off, we get to hear more about Max's dad. I forgot that Max revealed that his dad stabbed his mom. I completely forgot about that. Thank you, previously on Finding Carter.
Yeah, right?
I was like, what? When did that happen? So Max has to go deal with the parole hearing, and he goes to say he shouldn't be let out. He's stressed out about it. Gabe, being Gabe, puts his foot in his mouth. And we have this tension, this tussle, this I can't believe no one's shirt got ripped off fight.
Don't you hate it?
I do.
But I mean, I'll tell you, hair was everywhere.
I stand by my statement that I said last week. Gabe is growing his hair out to look more like Max.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That said, I just saw a picture of Jesse Henderson on his Instagram and he cut it.
Oh, he did? But yeah. I bet he looks real good.
Oh, he looks great. It's just not that ridiculous. It's really long. Yes?
Oh, I totally read this wrong, and I was like, whoa, hold up. But Meredith Hugg agreed that I think the same thing, Hannah. It's kind of creepy about Elizabeth. But I looked down and read it and thought it said, I think the same thing, Hannah's creepy. And I was like, whoa, what are we talking about in the chat roll?
If anybody's creepy on this show, it's not Hannah.
And DOI, whose name I cannot pronounce, also agrees the Elizabeth Gabe conversation definitely had tension. It was so weird.
It's the basement.
And he just repeated no, no, no as they talked. There's something going on in that basement that I'm not okay with.
Well, I was okay with the fight with Max and Gabe. I just wish shirts would have come off. Well,
I'm sorry, I have to read another because it's getting really funny. Boo69B says,
hey, Boo.
Come into Elizabeth's seduction room. Every teenage boy is welcome. Ooh, I just grossed myself out.
I really like when she leaves the room and she leaves Grant in charge.
I do too. I loved watching Grant be like, yes. Because you know when you're a kid and you're like, you're in charge over adults, you're like, yeah, I am. Power trip. Right. Let's do it.
But also, like, of the kids there, Grant is the most responsible.
He is.
Second would be Max.
Yeah.
Third would be Carter. Then would be Gabe. Gabe's lost his shiznit.
He has, but he's getting it back together.
Yes.
And I thought it was actually sweet when he was talking about that to Elizabeth, and he was actually
apologizing.
and asking if it was okay that he was like kind of off of his rocker. I was like, dude, bro, it's still only been maybe like a couple months since you lost your padre.
Which is why last week when he goes, when I lost my dad, as though it had been
like
years
in the past, buddy. It was a couple weeks ago.
Can you stop dealing with the fuzz,
dude? There's something. It's probably from me like trying to make out with the mic before we started. That happened. It's really probably what that's from.
Okay.
Meredith Hex says she's having Max turn the basement into her new sex room. I'm sorry, y'all are killing me in there.
This is why you're not usually on chat room.
Because I want to be a part so bad. I'm like, yeah, guys, yeah, right?
So Max has to go to this hearing. Gabe shows up to give him support. I really like when he's like, before I lost my mind, I was a stand-up guy.
Yeah, right? Before you lost your mind, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's true.
It is true.
He was a good guy.
Especially at the very... Especially at the very beginning of the entire series when, like, him and Taylor were really tight.
Yeah.
Like, he was such this soft-spoken dude with, like, a hidden kind of party animal in him.
Carter brought it out of him.
Carter.
She ruins everyone.
Gosh. She's being so stupid right now. I'm like, girl, you're having one. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going back to the Jared Carter thing.
Okay. Do we think, before we move on, do we think that Carter just brings out the worst in everybody?
A little bit.
Because I bring out the worst in people in the best way.
Yeah. You
know what I mean?
I like to say the same thing.
You don't. But I tend to bring out things people didn't realize they had. And Carter likes to, unintentionally, by being the king, brings out the worst part of people.
Yeah.
And makes them all terrible people.
Like felons. She makes them all felons.
And then complains that they lie.
Yep. This is true. This is so true.
Lying is one of her, like, biggest pet peeves.
Even though she's a liar.
Yeah, she's the worst.
I don't understand it.
All right, guys. I want to talk about... I've been waiting this whole time to talk about Bird. I really want to talk about Bird.
Right? Isn't it exciting that we actually want to talk about Bird, though?
Yeah, that's a first.
I know, right?
But I want to talk more about Bird's situation than about her as a person.
Well, exactly. Because I like that they're giving Bird the sexual context.
Dysfunction, yeah. Okay, so as we may have noticed, Bird is not getting off. And I love that I love that MTV has decided to go this route because it's so, first off, really rare to talk about women's sexuality on TV.
Absolutely.
Even more so to discuss the fact that when it comes to women's sexuality, it is incredibly rare for a woman to have an orgasm. And the idea that Bird is having this conversation with Carter and Taylor, the fact that Taylor is like giving advice, mind-blowing, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
I love it so much because you would think, because based off of the characters, that Bird would be the one that's more experienced, you know, because she gives off this like promiscuous kind of
open,
but Taylor is in a committed relationship, so is clearly actually more experienced at the time than Bird is. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the way it was humbling to Bird. You know what I mean? Talking about it. You could tell it was something she didn't want to admit. But yeah, no, I liked that.
I also really liked the fact that she went to her girlfriends for advice. And that the advice was sound. The thing that angered me the most was when Taylor decided it was her place to talk to the boyfriend. What did they say in the chat room?
Meredith Hug says Bird is going to kill Seth by trying something sexual with him. Calling it.
It's a good prediction. But so when I'm real surprised that Seth was so receptive to Taylor's response. I thought that was going to ruin everything.
Agreed. Which I also really like, that they're giving this character, Seth, who seems like this DJ party homeboy dude, this like soft, I don't know what to do sexually kind of thing.
So Bird's point that he is older and more mature and she expected that to equal better sex.
Yep, no.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And here's what I believe they did. This episode was make us like Seth. Not to get into predictions,
but to kill him.
Because they're going to kill him next week. That's my belief.
It's so true.
Yeah. If not next week, the week after.
Yep.
But like...
It's going to happen.
That's why they made... Hey guys, let's give Seth a part before we kill him so there's an investment there. Which is the problem with what they didn't do with Jared.
Yes.
Right? They didn't make us like him before they made him evil.
Correct.
So then we have this scene with Bird and Seth and their sexy times, and I love when he's like, "I want to know what you want."
I know.
And she goes, "Let me show you." And then they start kissing, and I went, "That's not it.
That's not what. That's not, she hasn't shown you yet, sir.
Girl, that's not. Nope." I thought, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot that it was MTV for a second, and I thought she was gonna grab his head and shove it down.
No, oh my God, I would have died. I would have died.
That's what she wanted. That's what she needed.
Oh
it's
God,
not what she did.
But I guess she didn't. I don't know if she like misunderstood what he was asking though when he asked that, because then after that whole like kind of let me show you thing, and then when he's like leaning over her like a scene later, she's like, wait, what? No, what are you asking actually? Hold on, let's talk about this.
Right.
I don't know. Actually, I was okay. I will
like,
say,
I know your sentence not done there.
I was actually concerned though when she said, "Let me show you," that she was about to show him
on him,
on her.
Oh,
like do it for him and be like, "This is how it's done."
Oh, I thought she was going to, perform on him. As though like this is what I'm looking for, but then like that defeats the purpose because now he's out of the game.
Yeah,
like now you're done.
Now you're done.
But I also love in the morning when he's like, you know, were we successful? And she goes, "Oh, we were successful last night." And he's like, "Then what the hell are we doing?" And she's like, "I was greedy." Absolutely, absolutely, girl.
Get it?
It's been months. You got to make up for lost time.
For real, dude.
Also, here's my biggest... You're in a relationship. Girl, open your mouth and say what's wrong.
Yeah, for real, dude.
Like, why'd you have to wait till someone else told him and then be like, "Oh, I guess I can tell you"? No. If you're not being satisfied, ladies, you say to your man or woman, "This is how you satisfy me."
Absolutely. And also, I would have imagined that morning after, or any time after that they were doing the hanky-panky, that he would have said, "How was that for you?"
Right.
Or,
like,
you know what I mean? It makes me wonder how selfish he was being in the bedroom.
It also makes me wonder how unaware he is of how the female body works.
Yeah, that as well. He does seem like slightly little boyish for being like this tall,
like older, air quotes, guy.
Yeah, but I dig that.
Yeah.
It's endearing.
I like that we're encouraging women's sexuality on the show.
I do too.
Finally,
I'm all
a
about
positive
it.
message from Finding Carter.
Right?
Yeah.
But I love how when Bird didn't want to talk about it, she's like, "We left the avocados, I'll go get them." I don't know why I thought that was really funny. I was like, way to, avoid the conversation. I need avocado.
It's a new euphemism. All right.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Anything else to talk about in this episode before we move on to predictions? Because I really want to predict.
I don't know. Boo69Bs says, "Poor Seth, we'll miss him, but we hardly knew you."
Yep. That sounds like it's time to go into predictions.
It is.
And now, your AfterBuzz
I don't know why I get
TV
silent when that happens.
I know, right? Like all of a sudden you can't hear us anymore.
Okay. So next, what? Ooh, that's.
I think I almost just I thought the same thing. I was like, I almost felt a little like woozy from that one this time.
Thank you in the booth.
Here.
You saw the trailer for next week.
I did.
Okay,
I did.
what do you remember?
The only thing I really remember is meeting Jared's girlfriend. She shows up, I believe.
Wife.
Oh, yes, wife. She shows up, I think, at the bar or somewhere. No. Carter goes to meet her, finds out where she works.
Of course she does. That sounds like Carter.
And Carter goes and hunts her down. And then I guess the girl later then shows up at the bar or party or whatever where Jared and Carter are both at. And it just shows her being like, how old is this girl?
Got it. Is there anything about Max's dad? Is that in the trailer? Or is that just in the...
I don't remember that. I think I only remember
from the mid-season. All right, so I didn't get to watch the trailer for next week, which is unfortunate. But what I remember from the mid-season, based on what we had so far, because we checked off a lot of things from the mid-season trailer in this episode. So I say we're going to get Max's dad is going to be released next week. He may or may not murder his mother next week. Seth's gonna die within the next 2 episodes for sure.
Absolutely.
If not next week, we'll get another tender moment where we like him again.
They're telling me what else happened in the promo.
Please.
When Crash see that punch on Max from his dad, I think he will do something. No, that's not one of them.
That's a prediction, but it's a good one.
Jasmine Will says next week Grant eats Max's weed cookies.
Oh, that sounds right.
Also, Boo69B says Elizabeth finds out Carter is living with Lori in the promo.
All right. Yeah, well, same old, same old.
Yeah, stupid. We're gonna find out that Lori's being manipulative in some capacity eventually.
Right.
That's she got what she wanted, and then what's his butt's gonna come home and find out that Carter's living with Lori, and everything's gonna come crashing down.
Ha! Crashing down.
Because he's gonna come back then too.
Yeah, I think Max and Crash are gonna deal with Max's dad after Max's dad gets released, comes home and beats his mom.
Yeah.
And I believe Taylor's there to witness the beating.
Why did I think, though, that it looked like it wasn't Max's mom? Did they show a shot of Max's mom? Because I almost wondered if it was Elizabeth that he did that to.
It was not Elizabeth because I watched it in slow-mo.
Okay, great.
I don't know if it was necessarily Max's mom because I don't remember what she looks like, but I know it was not Elizabeth. I assumed it was Max's mom.
All right.
Some woman that I don't recognize. It may have actually been, now that I think about it, a stunt double. Now that I think about it.
It may that would make some sense.
That would be really funny. Nah, they wouldn't have shown a face. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for everyone in the chat room. We know it was a quick episode today, but that's because this episode was crazy.
Yeah, it was a little cray-cray.
We'll be back next week. You know where to find us. I don't know where to find you on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, y'all can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the Hotshot Dude. I do also have 2 web series out right now with 1620 Media. You can look them up on their webpage. And if you are in the Los Angeles area between December 1st through the 10th, I'm doing a show in Hollywood. It's called A Singular They at the Blank Theater. You can buy tickets online at their website.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should come see you.
You better come see me. I'll be so mad if you don't.
I'll be there. You can find me online at yael.tv. That's why AEL.tv. Also, over the Thanksgiving holiday, I will be eating turkey, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram to see that, because I'll post pictures. I like turkey. At Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And we're here every Wednesday. That's today, Wednesday, 6:30 on AfterBuzz. Bye, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.